I'm Diane Dreyer, a member of Denise's campaign committee, and I'm very happy to welcome you all here. Today is, of course, the anniversary of 9/11. I am sure that everyone in this room remembers exactly where you were and exactly what you were doing when you first learned about the tragic series of events that was taking place on that day. Please join together in observing a moment of silence for the victims of those tragic attacks, as well as for their family members and their friends who live with the pain of their loss even today. Thank you. Well, it's nice to be back at Breaker Brewery, and it's great to be among Denise's friends and supporters. We'd like to thank the manager, Sue, and all the staff members here at Breaker Brewery, those staff members that we see up front here, as well as those that we don't see, the ones in the kitchen and in the back of house roles. So how about a round of applause for all of the staff members? Thank you. A special shout out to Democratic Committee Chairman Tom Shabula and Vice Chair Mary Ann Velez. They have done yeoman's work coordinating the logistics of a Democratic slate of 7 candidates, and they have kept all the trains running on time. So we appreciate that. And we're happy to have candidates here. Unfortunately, he had to leave. Mark Buffalino was here, who's running for county judge. He had a zoning hearing in Kingston Township, so he couldn't stay any longer. We have Tim McGinley, who's running for Luzerne County Controller. And we have candidates for County Council. Chris Bellis, Tony Perzia, Dawn Simmons, and unfortunately Steve Kozla could not be with us tonight. We also have David Dominguez, who is running for Hazleton City Council. And we'd like to recognize and thank the members of the Dem Club who are with us tonight. Please raise your hands. Right. They are the heart and soul of the effort, and they're always ready to lend a helping hand, even without being asked. So we appreciate you. Okay, we also have Alicia Hoffman-Mirilovich, who was on the Democratic State Committee and is the Director of Action Together. And we have also Rosanna Gabriel, who is the Vice Chair of the Hazleton City Government Study Commission. Okay. Oh, didn't see him. And we have Jimmy Sabatino, who is a current Luzerne County Council member. Hey, Jimmy, you got here just in the nick of time, too. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us tonight. And now, I have the pleasure of telling you some things that I know about Denise Williams.
Don't tell them the bad stuff.
I won't, I promise. I promise.
I was going to ask if I could get over.
Only good stuff. When Denise launched her campaign almost 10 months ago, I started tagging along. I really didn't know Denise very well at all then. But as you can imagine, during the last 10 months, we've spent a whole lot of time together, going to events and communicating with each other on an almost daily basis. And I have really gotten to know Denise. Anyone who knows Denise knows that she is a person of integrity and character. Denise has a strong moral compass, and she is an authentic person. There's no pretense, there's no facade. In the dictionary, next to the phrase, attention to detail, I am pretty sure that you'll find a picture of Denise Williams. Anyone who knows Denise knows that she is a stickler for details. When she researches issues important to Luzerne County residents, Denise will look at the big picture, but she will also read the fine print very, very carefully. Do you remember the words? Nevertheless, she persisted? I think we all do. Anyone who knows Denise knows that when Denise requests information as to facts, reasons, explanations, or clarifications, she is polite, but very, very persistent. And anyone who knows Denise knows that she thoroughly enjoys people, meeting people, getting to know people, talking with people, and especially listening to people. I've seen her engaging with people that she has just met and with people that she's known for years, and she genuinely takes joy in it. And Denise even enjoys door knocking. Can you imagine? And you don't even have to know Denise. You can just look at her schedule to see that she has the energy of the Energizer Bunny after a couple of double espressos. She attends just about every event, going from 1 to 2 to 3 events on any given day, and often with her car jam-packed with tables, banners, chairs, signs, palm cards, and lots of candy and trinkets for the kids. I, along with the other members of Denise's campaign committee, are very proud to support a candidate who will serve all the residents of the county, Democrats, Republicans, and independent, with integrity, with attention to detail, with persistence, and with much joy, and with much energy. Thank you very much. And now, here's Denise.
Thank you, Diane. Well, good evening, everyone. Before I go into thanking Diane a little bit more and some other special thank yous, I do want to take a moment to reflect on the terrible event that took place in Utah yesterday first. Many of you know me personally and know that I suffered a terrible tragedy, a loss of a family member in a very sudden and tragic way quite a few years ago. And that was the most difficult thing I've ever lived through in my life. And I'm praying for Charlie Kirk's family during this very difficult time, because I know what it's like to go through the loss for his wife and his 2 children of someone you love very much. Hatred and violence have no place in politics or in a civil society. I would like to ask for an additional moment of silence, that we can pray for a moment for his wife, his 2 children, and his extended family during this difficult time. Okay. Back to Diane. I want to thank her very, very much. So many of you know Diane served on the ACE Commission, the Accountability, Conduct, and Ethics Commission for Luzerne County. She also worked with me when I was with Fair Districts. That's when I met Diane. And so when it came down to choosing a committee chair, I sat down and thought long and hard, and she was who I wanted to be the chair. And when I called her, I was so grateful that she said yes. I think that Diane and I think a lot alike and are a lot alike in our values and our principles. And she's been a rock for me for this campaign, and I'm so grateful for her leadership. I'd also like to send out a heartfelt thank you to our committee, which is a large committee, and a lot of you are here tonight. And this, my campaign is really our campaign. It's truly a team effort, and I could not be doing this without all of them. So I'm very, very thankful, and I'm very grateful for all of you. And of course, my husband, Gary Williams. If you know Gary, you know what true service looks like. He gives his time, his energy to so many local organizations and nonprofit boards across Luzerne County. He is an inspiration to me. I always say to a lot of people, he makes me a better person. And he's a living example to me of service from the heart. So how about a big hand for Gary Williams? Definitely. It would take me probably a good 2 minutes to go through all of the service organizations he volunteers, works with, and is on the board of. Now, I do want to share a little bit of why I'm running for Luzerne County Council and what I stand for. First and foremost, and I've heard Tim McGinley say this, I do care very deeply about the residents of Luzerne County, and that's first and foremost. During my time as chair of the Luzerne County Board of Elections, I started following the county council meetings more closely, listening to them, and some things troubled me. What troubled me the most were when I saw partisan politics, unnecessary conflict, and decisions that I thought didn't always reflect the best for all the people. And so I felt that our residents deserved better. I'm really a no-nonsense person. If you know me, you know that. And I believe our county government should always put all of the residents' needs first, provide efficient services, be transparent and accountable, and spend taxpayer dollars wisely. And I know that all of the other candidates who I'm running with agree with all of those principles. I know there's been a growing mistrust between citizens and county government. I follow some of the chats, some of the comments under the newspaper articles, and I'd like to hope that I could help restore confidence by leading, along with the other candidates, with integrity, openness, and fairness. I also believe that we can grow our economy in Luzerne County while protecting our county's natural assets. I want elections to remain fair, transparent, and accessible. And above all, I want every resident to feel heard and represented. And so my vision is simple: a Luzerne County that thrives with honesty, fairness, dedication, a county government truly of, by, and for the people. That's a shout out to Eddie Day Pashinsky, who says that all the time. So our campaign is in full swing, and my favorite part, as Diane said, is knocking on doors, meeting residents, hearing their concerns, learning about the neighborhoods in the communities, really getting a feel for the communities in Luzerne County, county councils at large, so you're covering the whole county, and I feel a responsibility and obligation to really get to know the nooks and crannies of the county, the neighborhoods, the flavor of the neighborhoods. Hazelton City's different than DuPont, than Duryea, than Wilkes-Barre, Kingston Township, Harvey's Lake, and I'm really getting a feel for a lot of that. And I wish I could door knock every day, twice a day, to really get the full experience. I know there isn't enough time to do that, but I'm trying to do the best I can with that. There is one thing we do need all of your help with, all of us, and that is municipal elections often don't get the turnout that presidential elections get. And so we need to spread the word. You need to talk to your family members, your neighbors, your people you know, to be sure to vote on Tuesday, November 4th. We need to get the vote out. Or if they do mail-in ballots, to be sure that their mail-in ballot is ordered, to check in with them. If you have a parent who does mail-in ballots or somebody who's absentee, to be sure that they start working on that today, tomorrow, the next day. Together, we can build a county government that earns your trust every single day. Thank you again for believing in me, for standing with me, and for being a part of this campaign. We have yard signs available. They'll be at the door for you when you leave tonight. I see a couple of the other candidates put theirs out. They're certainly welcome to if you'd like to, if you have any in your car and you want to put them out. I do want to say something about the yard signs. The issue I had just briefly today was just so disturbing to me. I was going down the Cross Valley, and in light of what happened yesterday and the nature of today, what today is, September 11th, to see all those signs from the back mountain onto the Cross Valley saying, if you're still a Democrat, you're a terrorist. And many of those signs are in a place where mine was removed, and it was put in the place of mine. And I was so upset about that because I feel like we don't need any more of that. That has to stop. That type of divisiveness. We need more of coming together. And that, when I'm at that table with county council, that's how I want it to be. A witness to the residents of our county that we're working together regardless of what party affiliation we are, in the best interests of all of the residents of the county. That's what it's about. And I think we could be a witness of bringing that back together, and I'd like to be a part of that, definitely. So, with that said, I did reach out to all of the authorities about that and did ask that they be removed, that there's no place for that in this area, and hopefully they will be removed shortly. I'd like to see that happen. So, with that said, we have a lot more pizza. We have Amberdonia desserts, we have salad, there's still beverages. We're going to turn the music back up and get back to enjoying the company and chatting with everybody. And thank you again for coming. Appreciate it.